Hello, everybody. I would love to introduce myself. My name is Sharice Lee. I am the author of Through My Bipolar, I Defined My Recovery. I just released it here on October 21st through Amazon.com only. I do write this on the back as a story of hope because I truly believe that there is so much hope that will come from each page in this book for each and every one of you. It doesn't matter if you are dealing with a mental health disorder or anxiety, stress, PTSD, whatever it may be, ADHD, ADD, whatever it looks like. I think that everybody could truly take something away from this book that will be so mind-blowing and life-changing for you. So just to kind of give you a down low of who I am as a person and what actually drove me to write this book. I have struggled for a very, very long time with a lot of depression, anxiety, panic attacks, you name it. I have struggled with many, many things in life. Okay, back in 2020, I lost my mom in mid-February when COVID was starting to unfold. Once I lost my mom, I went through a psychotic break, is what the doctors are telling me I went through. That lasted several months on end. I ended up in the behavioral unit for 5 days after I made some really poor decisions. Ended up in jail for the first time at 33 years old. And I share a lot of my experiences of life. What my story looks like from a young age at 6 years old, from far back as I could pretty much remember. A lot of the trauma that I went through, a lot of the bouncing around that I did as a little kid growing up. My love story that I found when I was 15 years old and how that unraveled, and my beautiful miracle baby, and all of the ups and downs of life that we all endure on a day-to-day, right? I was able to actually write and edit this book by myself in under 7 months. Now, that may seem like a long time to a lot of people, but in the book writing world, it is pretty astounding the fact that I was able to write this book. First-time book writer, edit it. On top of that, my husband and I have owned a very successful company for the last almost 12 years as well, on top of all of this going on. I believe that a lot of my struggles will ring very, very close to home for many of you, and a lot of the coping mechanisms that I've been able to dig deep and find to help cope on a day-to-day basis, to help have those healthy boundaries and ruffle a little bit of feathers, but know that in ruffling feathers, you are doing the right thing for yourself, and that is what is important. You've got to take care of yourself and put yourself first in order to be able to love and take care of all the ones around you that you love as well. I just think that it is so important to love yourself, who you are, and quit comparing yourself to every other person. You don't want to be ordinary. You want to be extraordinary. You want to do things that people go, wow. And guess what? As long as you think, wow, that's what matters. It doesn't matter about what anybody else has to say about you. As long as you go to sleep at night, you feel good about who you are, closing those eyes and waking up with those bright, beautiful eyes in the morning, that is what counts. I have started to do the work, and I have started to realize that a lot of my issues, they weren't other people's faults. They were mine. And you want to know the best part about that? Is that I can now be fully accountable for the things that I do, say, and also how I respond to things, right? That is key to healing. Knowing when to walk away and decide they are not going to have that power. Because the best part about the power is when you take it away, you have the power, nobody else. And I also want to share that I struggled with an alcohol addiction for almost 10 solid years. And you will also see that unravel in the book, and how I got sober and that I am going on 4.5 years of sobriety at this moment. And damn, doesn't that sobriety feel good? And you want to know why it feels so good? Because I have decided that not one person besides me can take that away from me. I have the choice. I now have the power back. I now choose how to respond. I now choose to walk away in those hard moments, take a 10-minute breather, and come back when you are level-headed, when you're not so upset, when you can say the things that roll off your tongue and feel okay sleeping at night after what you said, right? You do it for you. And then at the end of the day, interesting enough, it felt like I was never moving at a snail pace even. I felt like I was like as freaking crawling as slow as molasses coming out of the container, right? It just felt like it was so slow going. But what the awesome thing is, now looking back to almost 5 years later when all of this started at the beginning of 2020 for me, I no longer recognize myself. To most people, that seems scary, right? To recovery and healing, it's the best music to my ears. And nobody else can take any of it from you unless you choose to let them. Let them say things about you behind your back. Let them make up stories about what you're doing when you're on your free time. Let them judge you. Let them. Because you know what? Those are the people that are going to make you try even harder. They are going to be the people that put that fire in your ass. They're going to be those people where you're going, loving Jamaica over here. How's that 9 to 5 working for you? Sharice, why do you work so much? Sharice, you need to take a break. Sharice, 90 to 100 hours a week is too much. Sharice, I make the choice, nobody else. You make the choice for you and nobody else. Your response, your reaction, that is what is going to define you moving forward. And you being the best you, and you giving it all you've got, and you freaking pushing through that suck, and you rising through the storms, and you climbing to the peaks of that mountain. Because damn, when you get to the top of that mountain, yes, it feels good, right? That damn mountaintop, you started at the bottom. You feel like you're never gonna get to, I don't know, 2/3 of the way up. Never even gonna get to a mile up that big tall mountain that's staring back at you saying, yeah, right, good try, you're gonna fail. Just turn around, go the other direction. And that's when that power that you gain inside of yourself whispers back to you. You can do hard things. You can do hard things. Yes, you can. So with that being said, folks, you can clearly tell that I am so excited to scream at the mountaintops right now about my new book, Sharice Lee. Through my bipolar, I designed, I defined my recovery, on sale at Amazon.com. I am so excited to share my story with all of you, and I hope that you are able to take so much away from this book. I worked so hard for so many months to get this on the shelves, and it is now up for grabs. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for even giving me the time today to let you know who Sharice Lee is. And I am coming for you guys, and I want to be helpful. And we need to change this stigma on what people think mental health looks like as well. We need to change the stigma on addiction and what people need to do to be helpful to help others get well that you love, right? Because that's what it's about, the village. The village that is going to be around you to help you win. Thank you guys so much. Sharice Lee. through my bipolar, I defined my recovery. Thank you guys so much. Hope you check it out.